date on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
The best Chicago has to offer. You've got to see it. Weekends on Fox Local.
It's time to play Family Feud. Give it up for Steve Harvey.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I do. Thank y'all, folks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. Thank you very much, everybody. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. We got another good one for you today. Listen, returning for their second day with a total of $20,000 from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's the Gage family.
The content of this ad.
This is a transformational investment into something we do better than any other state.
Hammond, Indiana is one step closer tonight to becoming the home of the Chicago Bears. What residents are saying about the possibility of the team moving in.
And taking a live look at the radar right now, a windy forecast ahead with some areas seeing some rain, what we're expecting overnight.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
Great to have you with us tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. A wind advisory set to go into effect in a matter of hours. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls for a first check of our forecast.
That's right. We have a lot that's going to be taking place here in the next 12 hours or so. So not only do we have showers and thunderstorms out there right now, but once those end, then we're turning our attention over to winter-like conditions again tomorrow. We're going to have that wind advisory, as you just mentioned, going into effect early morning tomorrow, lasting until 4 p.m. And that is for wind gusts as high as about 45 miles per hour out of the west. Here's a look at the radar right now. Some of the stronger stuff beginning to move in is in portions of southern LaSalle County and then over into Kankakee County as well. We're starting to see some of those heavier downpours moving in, and this activity is going to continue to lift off toward the north and the east. And it's all a part of this storm system here that's taking off toward the northeast. But do you see the cold side of that storm system? That's what's going to be arriving for us going into early tomorrow. So we actually have snow in your forecast for your Friday morning commute, and your low temperatures tonight are dropping into the 30s. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Thanks, Emily. Sad news tonight in the entertainment world. Actor Eric Dane has died less than 1 year after announcing his ALS diagnosis. He was known for his roles as Dr. McSteamy on Grey's Anatomy, Euphoria, and Burlesque. He was only 53.
A tragic crash on the Bishop Ford Freeway is hitting Chicago's dance community especially hard tonight. 2 members of the Ultimate Threat Dance Corps were killed.
Leslie Moreno joins us now in studio. You spoke with one of the victims' moms tonight.
Yeah, they are devastated, and the entire dance community as well. 3 others were also injured. They're in the hospital in critical condition. Family tells me the 5 team members were driving back home from dance practice when the driver of the vehicle lost control. It's a mother's worst nightmare.
I am very numb. I'm motionless.
To not only lose a child, but to see their lifeless body on the cold concrete.
I saw the car, it was literally like a pancake.
Angela Hongo says her son, 17-year-old Boaz Flemister, also known as Bo, and his friend, 25-year-old Lazarus Gonzalez, known as Hollywood, were ejected from this SUV while heading home from dance practice.
Nobody can be able to survive that just looking at it, and then to see him on the ground.
Illinois State Police say it happened just after 1:15 Thursday morning on the Bishop Ford Highway. The SUV lost control, flipped, and landed on its side. Bo and Hollywood were pronounced dead at the scene. 3 other teammates had to be rushed to the hospital. They were both members of the Chicago-based dance team Ultimate Threat Dance Corps and the Empire Dance Institute. Bo's mother says he had been dancing since the age of 5 and had a full life ahead of him.
He was a stylist, he was a dancer. After graduation, he was going into real estate. We were planning his prom 2 years out. Like just last night, he chose his colors that he wanted. Like, how can we be doing prom yesterday and then you're not breathing here today?
His mother says she was tracking his location moments before the crash. When the vehicle stopped in the middle of the highway, she knew something was wrong. She just never imagined she would be losing her baby boy.
Gonna miss telling him it's school time. You know, you got to get up, and calling him 15 times to get up to go to school. Like, I'm gonna miss that.
Mom says those 3 other teens that were in the vehicle were ejected and are still in the hospital in critical condition. One of them dealing with internal bleeding and 2 broken legs, another dealing with a possible broken spine. Family and friends will be honoring Bo in Hollywood tomorrow night with a balloon release. We'll have all those details on foxchicago.com.
All right, Leslie, thanks for that. Nurses across the country are uniting against immigration enforcement.
They gathered tonight at the medical district on Chicago's west side. Joni Lum is there. They say ICE is a threat to public health.
That's right. Nurses rallied tonight in front of the old Cook County Hospital, which is now a hotel. They want the government to abolish ICE and direct those funds toward health care. Union nurses here in the medical district are part of a nationwide coordinated action protesting ICE and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Nurses say that immigration tactics directly harm people when enforcement agents shoot, strike, or gas the public. And then there's indirect harm because they prevent people from going to the doctor for their regular appointments or when they are sick or hurt, and when immigrants lose family members. There were reports of ICE and Border Protection agents trying to enter Stroger Hospital last fall to search for immigrants. Healthcare workers say that is intimidating and traumatizes patients.
We nurses are terrified of what will happen when they show up in our emergency departments with injured patients, sometimes injured by ICE themselves.
And when they shoot and kill a nurse who actually cares for veterans every day in an ICU, that is state violence. We're tired of the lies saying that there's no money for healthcare and housing and education. We know that that's not true.
They also say that administrators are to blame. They say they're not doing a good job of keeping ICE out of hospitals. Here in Cook County, though, there was an executive order last fall that would prohibit staff from collaborating with immigration enforcement. Reporting live, I'm Joni Lum, Fox Chicago.
So, Joni, they want ICE to be abolished, but what leverage do the nurses have?
So these nurses are part of a very large union. They had action across the country tonight, a coordinated action, and they want people to vote on these lines. And, of course, we have those midterm elections coming up.
All right. Joni Lum reporting. Thank you. The house that Hammond built, the Chicago Bears, tonight could be a step closer to moving out of state.
Indiana lawmakers passed Senate Bill 27. It simply creates the legal and financial framework to move forward. Here's what lawmakers had to say in the reaction from people who live near that proposed site.
This allows an area to include a stadium, parking, training facility. There will be taxes on the people that enter this facility. Hammond is expected to pass an admissions tax that will apply to everybody that enters the facility. This proposal is fair. It's an amazing opportunity for our city.
We completed more than 3 hours, my team did, of discussions with the Bears, very positive discussions, and indeed mostly agreed on a bill that would move forward this morning. But they asked us not to move forward with it this morning because they said they wanted to tweak a couple of items in the bill, which were things that we were working with them on. And so to have a statement put out by the Bears, now they're saying to us that that statement is not some confirmation that they're moving to Indiana, but rather that Indiana had asked them to say that, you know, they're going to move forward with the negotiations.
I just know with this coming in, people are going to be coming in days ahead and stuff like that, and it's just going to bring a huge surge to not just my business, but others surrounding.
Governor Pritzker has to give up some of the money and give up some of the incentives so we can keep the Chicago Bears in Illinois.
It would be super cool, but I do think the Chicago Bears should stay in Chicago.
Now, to follow all the latest developments with the Bears, head to our website, foxchicago.com. Meanwhile, keep it right here.
We have a full check of your forecast ahead.
The owner of a spa in Hinsdale is set to appear before a judge tomorrow morning after police say he filmed clients using a hidden camera.
Casey Cronus has been following the story since last month and has more from Hinsdale.
The spa owner was initially charged with just 5 felony counts. Now he is facing dozens. Prosecutors say over the course of several months, he secretly recorded vulnerable customers during treatments. A grand jury indictment filed this week reveals that 51-year-old Jason Wade Spencer of Texas, the owner of Reflection Spa, is now facing 64 felony counts for allegedly recording customers without their knowledge. Each page of the indictment identifies a different victim only by their initials. Prosecutors say the videos were apparently made between mid-July and late November of 2024. Located near First and Washington on the second floor of a commercial space in downtown Hinsdale, police discovered hidden cameras and a hard drive in December of 2024 after receiving a tip. It prompted a lengthy, year-long investigation. Police Chief Brian King previously sharing that the victims had no idea they were being filmed. According to the spa's website, it offers massages, facials, waxing services, and other body treatments. Today, its sign is still up, but the spa has been shut down since an arrest warrant was issued for Spencer in late December. According to Illinois business license records, Spencer also owns Reflection Spa's Lakeview location on Sheffield, which is still open. Police are not saying whether they've received any tips tied to that location or if they are looking into it. Spencer was set to be arraigned on the criminal charges tied to his Hinsdale spa earlier this week. He showed up, but his attorney didn't. That hearing is now set for 9:30 tomorrow morning. We've reached out to Spencer's attorney for a statement in response to these allegations, but have not yet heard back. In Hinsdale, Casey Cronus, Fox Chicago.
Well, do not go out on the ice. Rescuers pull 3 fishermen from icy waters near the town of Johnsburg. Now, that's by McHenry. Those fishermen fell right through the ice. Now, they're going to be okay. That's the good news. Medics rushing them to the hospital.
They ice fish out of here quite a bit all winter long. It's normally a pretty good area for it. But, yeah, that ice hasn't been good for a couple days.
Yeah, to his point, the ice got thinner because it's been warmer of late.
And new tonight, a confirmed tornado flattened homes downstate. You're looking at the damage in Crawford County. It's about an hour south of Terre Haute. There are reports that at least a dozen buildings, mostly mobile homes, were damaged.
Yeah, so you talk about that juxtaposition. We were talking about the fact that ice is thawing, and yet to the south of us, we're getting tornadic activity.
Yeah.
We're running the gamut right now.
We're seeing a little bit of everything, but this is the transition zone. We're going from that false spring kind of back into a winter-like weather pattern here. In fact, by tomorrow morning, a lot of us are going to be waking up to snow. And tonight, we're tracking storms. So here's the radar right now. We have some storms that are beginning to move through the far south and southwestern sections of the Chicagoland area. And what you're looking at here, I know there's a lot of reds and oranges that are showing up. And typically when you see that on the radar, it kind of flags your attention like, okay, this is something serious coming my way. These are not severe at this time. We're still going to continue to track those very closely. If they do become strong or severe, the main hazards that we're going to be concerned about are going to be isolated damaging wind gusts as high as about 60 miles per hour, and then possibly some hail coming out of these as well. If we zoom things in, the strongest cell that I'm seeing at this point is just now beginning to lift into Grundy County. So this is just north of Dwight, and it's continuing to make its way off toward the north and the east. Now, all of the storm potential, that's likely going to taper off around midnight. And then after that, we're going right on into those winter-like conditions, and it's going to get very windy too. We have a wind advisory that's going into effect early morning tomorrow, lasting until 4 p.m. for westerly winds gusting as high as about 45 miles per hour. So with temperatures tomorrow only expected to be in the 30s, it's going to be feeling more like the low to mid 20s once you factor in those high winds. Here goes our storm system, so it's going to take the storms along with it. But then tomorrow morning, we're getting that wraparound cold air. So scattered snow showers are going to be possible for your Friday morning commute. And then we're going to dry things out going into the afternoon. But for those of you looking forward to the weekend, The winter-like conditions, those are going to be sticking around. We're planning on temperatures in the mid to upper 30s on Saturday, partly sunny skies. On Sunday, lake effect snow is going to be possible in northwest Indiana. We're still cold on Monday, but then we do see moderating temps. Going into Tuesday and Wednesday, we're in the 40s. Let's take a check of our weather pick of the day. Love this one, posted by Anita. And this is of Lily in front of Hastings Lake. By the way, that too is likely going to be dealing with some ice thinning issues. So for those of you in that region, beautiful photo, but stay off the ice.
February is American Heart Month. We talked to a local doctor about the signs you can't ignore.
Mornings on Fox 32.
In your Health Watch tonight, February is coming to an end, and so is American Heart Month, but we need to talk about it. The month shines a spotlight on heart health. Raising awareness could save lives. And joining us right now to talk about it is Dr. Sujith Kalathavital. Thank you so much. DuPage Medical Group is where you are.
Hey, Dawn. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. So what are some of the common misconceptions about heart disease? I know for men and women, the signs are even different.
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception is that heart disease is a disease of the elderly. Heart disease usually starts silently early in life and then slowly builds up and can manifest even in younger patients with heart failure, heart attacks, and even death.
So you were saying it starts early. What are some of the early warning signs that patients can't ignore?
Yeah, so the symptoms that we watch for, I think everybody is very focused on chest pain. I think it's been kind of drilled into our heads, and chest pain definitely is something to watch out for. But unusual shortness of breath with exertion and exercise intolerance are definite red flags that should be investigated.
So how can we strengthen our heart right now? What are some easy things we can do to make sure we're healthy?
Yeah, the heart likes regular exercise, the heart likes good sleep, and the heart likes a healthy diet and watching our weight.
So, I mentioned that men and women are different. Can you tell us some of the signs that women may not know that are different from men? It's not really the grabber that we always see on TV.
Yeah, it's interesting. So women often don't get the classical chest pain that we think of. You know, in the medical textbooks, we say that patients get a pressure in the center of their chest. Women are less likely to have chest pain. They're more likely to have shortness of breath and nausea or jaw pain as a symptom of a blocked artery.
So are there any kinds of things that, you know, different facilities can do, how we can help each other survive a possible heart attack? Are there things that we should have in the building, you know, at the ready?
Yeah, I think in any large place we should have AEDs, which are defibrillators that are designed to automatically analyze heart rhythm. So let's say if you find somebody who's collapsed, you can place this on them and it'll rapidly analyze their heart rhythm. And if they have a dangerous heart rhythm where their heart's not beating, it'll administer electricity and restore the heartbeat.
Anything else you want to remind people of this Heart Month?
Yeah, you know, I think that one, cardiologists love numbers. We all should know our blood pressure, know our cholesterol, and know our blood sugar. And two, you know, heart disease in many patients is preventable. And even these little steps can allow us to get many more years to our lives.
Well, Dr. Kalathavital, thank you so much for taking the time this late tonight to talk to us about something so important.
Pleasure, Don.
Thank you. Still ahead, the Lincoln Park Zoo always takes the best care of their animals. They're always creating new ways to keep them entertained. How these help zookeepers study their goats, those chimes. Plus, Fox Chicago wants to highlight famous Chicagoans during Black History Month. Today, it's activist Hazel Johnson. She was born in 1935, moved to Chicago in 1955 to the Woodlawn neighborhood. She worked for environmental justice in the 1970s until her death in 2011.
Is secure.
Trending right now, new toys for the goats at the Lincoln Park Zoo. The staff created these chimes for the animals. The zoo says they provide extra enrichment for the goats. I'm trying to listen. Showing off the animals' natural curiosity.
Not too bad.
Oh.
See what you did there. We need some of those hanging in the hallways of Fox. Like that.
Yeah,
I'd be
just walk
enriched.
by and
Would you be enriched?
I would.
It's an opportunity for you.
It would be an opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a check of your 7-day forecast. We have storms out there this evening. That's going to continue through about midnight. And then after that, we are kind of throwing ourselves back into wintertime tomorrow. We have scattered snow showers tomorrow morning, possibly a few raindrops mixing in. Very windy tomorrow as well. And then Saturday, dry skies, lake effect snow is possible in northwest Indiana on Sunday. But next week, I spy some 40s again, so it's okay.
Okay. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remember, you can watch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local. We're on every streaming platform. Always start your day with Good Day Chicago. CST is straight ahead.
Good night.